Hey everyone, how's it going? It's Nong here, and welcome back to another episode of Xurs Predictions. This is the series where we try to predict Xurs inventory for tomorrow. Unfortunately, last week I wasn't able to predict anything correctly, but one of you guys stood up above the rest and predicted something correctly. And because you predicted something correctly last week, that makes you this week's super special prediction. Royal Twilight Multi-Tool. Yes, the Royal Twilight Multi-Tool. But seriously, congratulations on predicting something correctly, and see if you can do it again this week. Remember, if you guys would like to get featured in an episode of Xurs Predictions, just leave your predictions in the comments below, and if you get something right, you'll be featured in next week's episode. And with that, let's get into today's predictions. Alright, so we're gonna be starting today's predictions off with the Hunter, and I predict Xurs this week will bring for the Hunters the Celestial Nighthawk, the exotic helmet. The Celestial Nighthawk's exotic perk is Big Game. Golden Gun fires one shot, delivering 6 times damage, while granting Keyhole for over penetration. So you get a supercharged Golden Gun shot that is great against bosses and majors. It will pretty much one-shot any major, and it does some very nice damage to bosses. The Celestial Nighthawk is actually an exotic that I like a lot for PvE whenever I run my Golden Gun. I typically run Celestial Nighthawk because there's nothing like it's doing a lot of damage with your Golden Gun. And when it's airborne and solar burn, this thing becomes a beast, even more than it already is. It does so much damage. It's outrageous how much damage you can actually do with the Celestial Nighthawk. So yeah, the Celestial Nighthawk is a pretty nice and fun helmet to use in PvE. I definitely recommend it. Alright, so now moving on to the Titans. I predict that Xurs this week for the Titans will bring the Taikonaut, the exotic helmet. It's been quite a while since Xurs has brought the Taikonaut. But the Taikonaut's exotic perk is air traffic control. All rocket launchers gain tracking, radar remains visible while zooming with heavy weapons, and heavy ammo drops more often. This is great if you don't have a launcher that has tracking. There are some pretty good launchers out there that sometimes don't have tracking. One that comes to my head immediately is the Hasten's Vengeance. A great rocket with high velocity, high blast radius that unfortunately just doesn't have tracking. But you can fix all that with the Taikonaut. And you also have some other added benefits like having your radar visible when you're aiming on sights, which can be nice with machine guns if you're using a machine gun. And then heavy ammo dropping more often, which is good with every heavy weapon you have. So yeah, I definitely say that the Taikonaut is a pretty okay helmet, especially when you mess with some of the rocket launchers that don't have tracking. The Taikonaut can be really useful for that. Alright, so now moving on to the Warlock I predict for this week. The Warlock will bring the Ophidian Aspects, the exotic gauntlets. Xurs has never brought the Ophidian Aspects, not even once. I went through Xurs history, not even once has he brought them. So I think it's about time that he brings them. The Ophidian Aspects exotic perk is Viper Totemic, improve energy drain, and weapons ready and reload very quickly. This is some really good gauntlets for PvP since you can ready up your weapons faster and you can also reload your weapons very quickly. While you also gain improved energy drain, which is a very nice touch. They're not as amazing as they used to be like super top tier, but ever since the quick draw nerf, with the special ammo nerf as well, they are not what they used to be. They're still pretty good, but they're not as amazing as they used to be. But I still definitely recommend that you guys give these gauntlets a try if Xurs does bring them, because they're just a pretty solid exotic in the Crucible that you guys should definitely give it a try. Alright, so now let's move on to the weapon, and I predict Xurs this week for the weapon will bring the Red Dead. The Red Dead's exotic perk is Red Dead. Each kill heals you and speeds up your reload. A pretty simple exotic perk, but a pretty effective exotic perk. You get healed, and you get to reload your weapon faster. Unfortunately, the Red Dead is not in the best spot right now. Not use the Red Dead though. The mid rate of fire pulse rifle archetype is not in the best spot right now. At mid range, they just kind of get beat by the high rate of fire pulse rifles, and at longer range, they can get beat by the lower rate of fire pulse rifles. So yeah, the Red Dead's not in the best spot, especially since the exotic perk got nerfed, or the healing on it got nerfed not that long ago. They didn't make it better, but it's still not what it used to be. You used to be able to stay alive for a pretty long time with the exotic perk, but not anymore since the change, which is kind of a shame since that was the Red Dead's whole point, the heal and the reload. So the Red Dead could be a good weapon in 6v6s, but I wouldn't recommend that you guys take it anywhere else besides 6v6s, because the Red Dead just can't really compete with some of the other weapons out there. But anyways guys, with that we're gonna wrap up today's predictions. Hope you have enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, dislike if you didn't, subscribe to the channel if you guys aren't already. Remember to leave your predictions in the comments below for a chance to feature in next week's episode. I'll see you all in the next video. Take care, everyone.